Human life can be seen as a long, profound journey, not across landscapes and lands, but through the corridors of the soul. Each person is born with a desire to understand their purpose, to seek the meaning behind their existence, and to uncover that unique calling woven into the fabric of their being. While many chase fleeting pleasures, worldly recognition, or material success, those who walk the path of wisdom know true fulfillment lies in discovering and embracing one's inner task, the assignment bestowed not by society, but by nature itself. Why the inner calling matters. A person without a clear sense of their inner purpose is like a ship without a helm, drifting aimlessly through the tides of external expectation. It is easy to be swept away by the opinions of others, by trends, or by fear. But when one finds their inner task, their true role in the grand order of the universe, there is a quiet strength that anchors them, even in the face of chaos. This calling is not a profession or a job, nor is it a goal checked off a list. It is something more essential, the expression of one's deepest nature in harmony with the order of the world. The first step, know thyself. Know thyself, said the wise Socrates, not as a poetic phrase, but as a practical compass. Without understanding your values, abilities, and inner leanings, you cannot hope to uncover your true path. Look around. Many people chase lives that were never meant for them. They follow inherited ambitions, societal ideals, or the pursuit of pleasure without question. But these lead to weariness of the soul. Only when one turns inward, in silence and reflection, can they hear that quiet, persistent voice which whispers of deeper things. This voice is not loud and it does not shout. It speaks in still moments, in acts of self-honesty, in those times when you feel joy without applause or peace without reward. Pure intent, the root of true purpose. True purpose never arises from greed, fear, vanity, or pride. These are distractions, masks worn by the ego. The inner calling comes not from a need to impress others, but from a desire to live rightly, truthfully, and harmoniously. Ask yourself, would I do this even if no one ever praised me for it? Would I walk this path even if it offered no riches or renown? If the answer is yes, then you are close to something real. The Stoics taught that our duty is not to chase the wind, but to walk firmly upon the earth, guided by reason and virtue. Anything less will ultimately leave the soul hollow. In accord with nature. Everything in the universe follows a certain order. The stars do not rage against their orbits. The olive tree does not wish to be a fig. Each part plays its role, with beauty and purpose. So too must we live in accordance with our nature. To go against your nature is to suffer needlessly, but to align with it, even if the road is steep, is to live with peace in your chest. To discover your inner task, you must ask, what am I made for? Not what I desire in fleeting moments, but what my essence pulls me toward. There, in that pull, lies the truth. Daily reflection, a tool for clarity. One of the most powerful tools for uncovering your path is reflection. Each day, ask yourself, what did I do today that brought me closer to who I am meant to be? Where did I act from ego and where from principle? This practice, repeated patiently, reveals patterns. It shows you the false goals, the ones rooted in comparison and fear, and it brings forth the true ones, which may be quieter but are steady and lasting. Wisdom does not scream. It emerges like a mountain from the mist, revealed slowly through discipline. Courage to walk alone. Your inner task may not align with the expectations of your family, your peers, or your time. It may lead you down roads few travel. This is why it demands courage. To walk your true path often means to walk alone, not in bitterness, but in quiet resolve. To turn away from the noise and choose something greater, not in scale, but in soul. Freedom is not doing whatever you wish. It is doing what is necessary, even when it is difficult. Distinguishing the real from the false. How can you tell a true calling from a false one? The false calling promises excitement, praise, and quick gratification, but always leaves a hunger behind. The true calling may bring hardship and solitude, but it leaves peace in its wake. A true inner task never contradicts your conscience. It never requires you to become someone you're not. Instead, it calls you to become fully what you already are, to unfold like a flower in the sun. Discipline, the bridge between self and purpose. Discipline is not punishment. It is alignment. It is the means by which we bring the soul into harmony with nature. The Stoics knew that without daily effort, the mind becomes tangled in passion and noise. Like a garden, the spirit must be tended. Weeds of envy, distraction, and pride grow quickly in the untended soul. Your inner task requires cultivation. You must rise with purpose, speak with clarity, act with consistency, not because anyone is watching, but because that is how you honor the gift of life, learning from the world around you. To find your role in the universe, you must study the universe. Watch the cycles of nature. Observe how the eagle hunts, how the river flows, how the seasons turn without resistance. Then observe people, how some live out of alignment and suffer needlessly, while others, even in hardship, remain inwardly free. Wisdom is hidden in plain sight, waiting to be seen with quiet eyes. To serve is to fulfill one's task. Your calling is not only for you, it connects you to the world. True purpose often includes service, not out of obligation, but as a natural extension of self. A philosopher once said, "What is good for the hive is good for the bee." To serve the world with your gifts is to complete the circuit of being. It is not sacrifice, it is wholeness. Do not fear mistakes or change. The road to your task is not a straight line. You will wander, stumble, and question. This is not failure, it is refinement. Even a river bends many times before it meets the sea. The Stoics taught that no mistake is final unless you refuse to learn from it. Growth comes not through perfection, but through honest correction. Closing thoughts. The way within. The search for your inner task is the most noble of journeys. It is not flashy, not fast, and not always easy, but it is always worth it. Through silence, reflection, discipline, and courage, you will uncover that quiet force that has always lived within you. The force that says, "This is the life I am meant to live." And once you find it, not in theory but in action, every day becomes infused with meaning. Not because of results, but because of rightness. To live truly is to live in accordance with your nature, and in doing so, to become a living harmony within the great song of the universe.